Welcome back to our channel, everyone. Today, we're dissecting the biggest celebrity showdown of the year, Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni. The latest twist? Megyn Kelly enters the courtroom with receipts, and it all ends with an emotional breakdown from Blake Lively herself. Get ready for the full story. Megyn Kelly's involvement. Megyn Kelly has taken center stage in this explosive court battle, promising to expose each and every lie that Blake Lively allegedly told. According to insiders, Kelly's legal team, alongside Justin Baldoni's, has gathered text messages, emails, and behind-the-scenes footage that could dismantle Blake's entire case. Origins of the dispute. It all started with the film It Ends With Us, where Blake and Justin co-starred. Rumors of behind-the-scenes drama circulated, from creative control clashes to alleged smear campaigns. Blake soon claimed Justin was planting negative press about her, turning what should have been a typical PR push into a legal nightmare. Many observers couldn't help but notice the parallels to the infamous Amber Heard and Johnny Depp saga. Both cases involve serious allegations that led to massive public trials and the release of gotcha evidence. As we'll see, Blake Lively's strategy of painting herself as the victim began to unravel similarly to Amber's. Blake was accused of wielding her star power, and even her famous connections, like husband Ryan Reynolds and best friend Taylor Swift, to gain the upper hand. She supposedly insisted on her own director's cut of the film, threatened boycotts, and pressured producers. Texts suggest that Justin Baldoni was caught off guard by these moves, describing Blake's behavior as unusual for just an actress on set, even if she was the lead. One of Blake's central accusations was that Justin invaded her personal space and showed up uninvited at sensitive times, such as when she was pumping milk for her baby. However, Megyn Kelly presented text messages indicating Blake personally invited him to her trailer, raising doubts about her version of events. Another shocking claim. Blake said Justin's producer friend showed her pornographic material. The reality? It was footage of a childbirth intended to help make an on-screen birthing scene more realistic. Viewers quickly noted the discrepancy between the sensational claim of pornography and what appears to be a raw but normal documentation of birth. Blake accused the production of failing to hire an intimacy coordinator. Yet, in prior interviews, she explicitly confirmed that one was on set, praising their involvement. Text messages from the legal team further validated that such a coordinator was indeed present, contradicting her official statements. Blake also alleged Justin made inappropriate comments about her weight, but new evidence suggests Justin only asked about her weight to safely perform a scripted lift scene. He was worried about a back injury. Additional texts hint that he was supportive of Blake's postpartum body concerns, further complicating her claims. After Blake's damaging interviews and the New York Times piece, Justin fought back by releasing contradictory evidence. Suddenly, Blake's legal team demanded a gag order to prevent any further leaks. Critics question whether Blake wants to silence Justin now that key evidence might disprove her accusations. Is Blake genuinely a victim, or has she orchestrated a campaign against Justin to cover her own tracks and seize control of the film? The court is now saturated with conflicting claims, messy text exchanges, and scathing interviews. And that brings us to the dramatic moment everyone's talking about, Blake Lively's courtroom breakdown. Megyn Kelly presents a final piece of evidence, text messages that contradict Blake's statements about Justin's alleged harassment. Blake Lively, visibly shaken, tries to refute the texts, but falters. The tension in the room is palpable. Close up on Blake's face as tears begin to roll down her cheeks. Blake, voice trembling. I never wanted any of this to spiral like this. I only felt like my back was against the wall. Megyn Kelly, firmly but calmly. Ms. Lively, the evidence here contradicts almost every major claim you've made. It's time to address these inconsistencies head on. Blake, breaking down. I'm sorry. I don't know how this got so out of control. I was just trying to protect my image, my family. I never imagined all of this. In an emotional climax, Blake appears to admit that some of her allegations might have been blown out of proportion or misrepresented in the media. Whether that's enough to salvage her reputation remains an open question, and that's the scene many are buzzing about. an emotional flashpoint where everything seems to unravel for Blake Lively. This, of course, is a dramatized portrayal, yet it encapsulates what one can only imagine may have unfolded during the recent court hearings, especially if Megyn Kelly's lawyer had indeed marched in with incontrovertible receipts. The tension, the exposed contradictions, and Blake's tearful breakdown reflect precisely the kind of turn these proceedings might have taken. While the actual details of what transpired in court remain behind closed doors, these revelations, from text messages to video clips, suggest a complex web of accusations and counter-accusations. If Megyn Kelly and her legal team truly presented such damning evidence, the emotional fallout for Blake Lively could be all too real. In the end, only time and the outcome of this lawsuit will tell whether Blake's reputation can endure the storm of scrutiny brought on by Megyn Kelly's receipts, or if this alleged attempt to control the narrative has backfired for good. In the latest twist, there's talk of an amended complaint being filed, one that reportedly delves even deeper into Blake Lively's interactions with key players involved in It Ends With Us. Legal analysts suggest this document may include fresh text messages, emails, or behind-the-scenes footage, any of which could fundamentally alter the direction of the case. The tension surrounding Megyn Kelly's involvement and the specter of even more receipts being unveiled has undoubtedly put additional pressure on Blake Lively and her team. For those closely following this unfolding drama, the amended complaint raises important questions. Were certain accusations overstated to gain public sympathy, or did early media reports neglect critical details that only now are coming to light? Experts predict that if Megyn Kelly's lawyer truly has these new pieces of evidence, the courtroom battle could intensify, and further testimony might shed unprecedented light on the behind-the-scenes power struggles that allegedly took place. With each new revelation, the stakes only rise. Can Blake Lively navigate the tide of scrutiny, or will the growing stack of evidence undermine her initial claims entirely? As more documents surface and both sides gear up for what's shaping up to be a high-stakes legal confrontation, one thing remains clear: this story is far from over. Stay tuned for further updates, and let us know in the comments what you think about these new developments. Could they exonerate Blake, or seal her fate in the court of public opinion? Beyond the immediate question of new evidence, this legal battle has broader implications for Hollywood's culture of public relations and damage control. Sources close to the industry say that if Blake Lively's allegations and subsequent retractions or contradictions are proven to be strategic moves rather than genuine grievances, it may influence how studios handle star-driven demands in the future. Producers and directors might become more cautious about giving actors expanded creative control for fear of landing in similarly volatile situations. But the stakes extend to Justin Baldoni, too. If his countersuit gains more traction, it could embolden other actors, directors, and producers who feel they've been unfairly maligned by co-stars to push back publicly. Historically, show business feuds play out behind the scenes, with non-disclosure agreements and private settlements. The very public airing of dirty laundry here might signal a turning point, normalizing open confrontation when reputations are at risk. And then there's Megyn Kelly's role, a high-profile media figure stepping in with the claim of exposing every lie. This intersection of journalism, legal action, and celebrity culture has created a perfect storm. Fans who once devoured red carpet appearances and Instagram updates now find themselves navigating legal documents, searching for nuance in every text message or behind-the-scenes clip. The question becomes, how much transparency is too much? And where should the line be drawn between the public's right to know and the privacy of those involved? Speculation is also growing that more witnesses might be called, including other cast and crew members from It Ends With Us, to testify about what they saw on set. If even more voices emerge, each with their own perspective on who was truly at fault, this case could spiral into a media spectacle rivaling some of Hollywood's biggest courtroom dramas in recent memory. Analysts warn that the more people get involved, the less control either Blake or Justin has over the narrative. Meanwhile, fans of both stars are in limbo. Social media is abuzz with hashtags supporting Blake, praising her emotional vulnerability, while others champion Justin, applauding what they see as his fight for fairness. Add to this the amended complaint, which insiders say could shed light on crucial details that neither party initially disclosed. It raises the possibility that entire facets of the dispute, perhaps relating to financial negotiations or contract stipulations, haven't even been touched on yet. Still, legal experts point out that an amended complaint is only one part of a potentially protracted legal journey. Each side may file motions to exclude certain pieces of evidence, arguing they're irrelevant or prejudicial. At the same time, the press will continue seeking exclusive leaks that stoke public interest. This balancing act between legal strategy and public relations can be treacherous. One wrong move in court or a single out-of-context leak could shift the tide for better or worse. As more revelations surface, one fundamental truth remains. Both Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni stand to lose if the court of public opinion shifts decisively against either of them. Hollywood, after all, thrives on public favor. The outcome of this case could very well determine not only the future of their careers, but also set a precedent for how actors handle creative disagreements and personal grievances in the spotlight. If Megyn Kelly's attorney continues revealing evidence as promised, we might see an unprecedented level of transparency, one that could force everyone involved to reckon with the consequences of their actions on and off the set. So, there you have it, the major bombshells from this ongoing legal saga. Megyn Kelly's receipts have left Blake Lively in a precarious position, culminating in a dramatic courtroom breakdown that's already become the talk of social media. Is Blake still the victim she claims to be, or did she orchestrate a grand narrative that's now crumbling before our eyes? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on this case and all the hottest celebrity news. Thanks for watching.